Flyers TV is sponsored by the Bay Hotel.
Todd, a 7-1 victory over Edinburgh tonight. Just give us your feelings on the game.
Well, kind of a feel-good game, I guess, for the fans who have been a little bit frustrated with maybe the lack of flair out there and whatnot. But, we were fortunate enough to come up against an Edinburgh team that's hurting right now, and it was good to see the guys take advantage of it.
Shane Stockton getting his first goal in a wee while as well. That must help his confidence.
Yeah, well, I mean, Stocks had been battling through an injury, and he was out for a while, but he was still struggling with it a little bit when he came back. But he's looking a lot more back to normal, and he really kind of got that monkey off our back in that first period. He kind of got off to not the greatest start that we wanted to, but we managed to get out of that first period 1-1, and then obviously after that the floodgates opened. I think that more pleased with the fact that we didn't give up a lot of quality scoring chances tonight. Brownie was relatively unbusy tonight for big portions. Although we had to kill a number of penalties, we still limited the shot count to, I believe it was under 15, which is great. And I know in the past when you get involved in a game like that and it's up and down the ice and back and forth, anything can happen. But for the most part, very disciplined, and we managed to not give out a lot of number of outman situations. So it was good.
It was almost night and day till last weekend, and the fans were really getting behind you and getting behind the fact that there was a lot of shots being made towards the net.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, if you think back to that first period, the fans' frustration mirrored the guys' frustration. That's what I'll say. And I think both are two entities that kind of feed off each other. And or certainly my message in the dressing room was you really need to zone that out. We had a game plan and we stuck with it. And in hockey, although you strive for perfection, hockey's never perfect. And anybody in that room will be the first to admit that we kind of got off to it was just one of those weird games where it was hard to get anything going, and they got on the scoreboard first. So certainly you could sense the building was a little bit hostile, and that's why I said when I first came in here, I think it was a feel-good factor for the guys to boost confidence, and B, for the people who've been coming week in, week out, and we're very well aware of some frustrations in the building, but our main focus is to win our hockey games and to do it according to the game plan. And tonight we were fortunate that a few extra goals went in for us.
We're at the point of the season where you're trying to get a bit of momentum going, I guess, and you had that win midweek against Sheffield. Just what were your feelings on that?
I think I speak for all the guys when we were incredibly frustrated. I don't know if anybody watched that game or streamed it, but we've watched it back, and obviously we're involved in it live. The guys played one of the best games of the season. I mean, that was a hockey game, and it was unfortunate because one of the guys had said in the room, like, we could have won that game 3-4-1, but it's our individual errors that are killing us, and that's up until this point. I mean, that really, if you want to look at a negative side of it, it's the individual errors that kill us on a nightly basis. For the most part, we play great hockey, but this league is so good now. You make a mistake, and teams have punished us in the past. But fortunately tonight that was quite limited, and hopefully we can carry it on. We work on that week in, week out, and there's only so much you can do. But on a given night, it's easy to do in practice. But you put 2,000 people in the building, or even on the road when you got a hostile crowd, that's when mistakes are made. I mean, the Sheffield game here, a very seasoned vet throws one right up the gut onto Gunny's stick, and Gunny buries it. I mean, that happens to all teams. Unfortunately for us, ours are highlighted in this building, and we're well aware of the mistakes we make, but we try to put it behind us.
Off to Cardiff tomorrow, the longest journey that you do. So, what do you hope to get out of that game?
Well, address the guys after the game, and I was happy for the guys. I mean, I think that like I said, just to feel good about yourself and go out there and score some goals and to soundly win a hockey game goes a long way. But also said that tomorrow's going to be a completely different hockey game, and it's going to be a tight effort just like how the boys went down to Sheffield and played that, hard nosed and gritty and capitalize on your chances. Those guys aren't top of the league for no reason, but there's no reason with this group why we can't go down there and grab a 4-point weekend. But they're going to have to be prepared about it because you can't go into games expecting hockey games to be like this all the time, and it's going to take an extra effort out of everybody tomorrow. In a very difficult building to play in. So we've let them know that. But now we got to get these guys rested. We got on a bus tomorrow, 6:30, and it's a long day on there. And then going to have to get them focused to play a big hockey game.
And just finally, do you think they're mentally in a place now where they can go for that run into the playoffs?
I hope so. I mean, I think that if you look at it from that first period perspective. You could sense guys getting frustrated too. So like I said, when both feed off each other, we're a team that mentally, we almost need things to be going right at times. And it's whether you address them in a timeout or on the bench, or we do most of our discussing in the dressing room. It's important to keep these guys focused and keep them in a task at hand. And when they do that, very good hockey team. But we have to find that level of consistency where we get the types of effort that we had in Sheffield, because that's the hockey club we want to be, and that's the hockey club we want to be on a nightly basis.